the way it happened was, bro, we used to go out to we used to go there, and the DJ was playing music from YouTube.
Oh, word. With the ads and shit?
With the ads.
Come on, now.
Bro.
I ain't even had a YouTube
Have you one of your loved ones in the middle of
twerking? Mesothelioma.
You getting some ass thrown on you. You have one of your loved ones been in a car accident?
You're like, yo.
Skip the ad.
Welcome to Behind the Red. I'm your host, Tim Gaines, and in front of me we have the utmost talented DJ Chosen.
What's going on, y'all?
Blessed to have you on the show today. Thank you for coming out.
I appreciate you letting me get out here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Been wanting to have you on for a while now. Finally got it going through. You've been a busy man, as we know.
Busy, but blessed, though. That's all I could put it.
Events every day, every week seem like.
Damn near, bro. I'm only having like 2 days to myself during the week now.
Yeah, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely, I'm glad to be back busy because there was a time that we wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, actually, tell us about that. The whole COVID thing. How was that as a DJ, as an entertainer? You know what I mean?
Man, it honestly, it was a blessing in ways if you realize it to be a blessing. Like for me, because I moved during COVID, which is probably not the most traditional time to move is during a pandemic.
You switch cities or just like new crib?
Yeah, I moved from Akron to Cleveland.
Okay, word.
Yep. So now that I'm staying in Cleveland, I'm a lot closer to downtown, you know what I mean? I don't have to make that journey all the time. Yeah, I'm definitely closer to the scene, which gives more opportunity just because I am closer. I could pull up on people quicker and do different things. But COVID, bro, it was fun at first because it's like, all right, it really gave me a chance to sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
And then like 3 months into
since
it.
That, I'm sure.
You said what?
Because I'm sure it's been a while since you got to do that.
Yeah, bro, because I started DJing like in the middle of school. So I was still a student, plus doing all the DJ stuff on the side.
Word.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, I was really grinding doing both. And it's either you do one or the other.
Yeah.
So at the end of that, like I graduated in 2019, COVID hit 2020. So it was definitely a chance for me to be like, okay, fresh out of school, it gives me a time really to do nothing.
Yeah.
And kind of figure out what I want to do with my life and the way the DJing stuff was going. So it was cool. Like I said, for like 3 months. And then that 4th month hit, and I was like, all right.
So we really doing this.
We're not doing nothing, though? Like,
yeah.
We can't do nothing?
Yeah.
And there was kind of ways around it, but I'm a germ freak for real. So, like, I didn't want to catch COVID, not even a little bit. And I didn't want to put anybody in the predicament to catch it either.
For sure.
That's when Call of Duty came out, though. So,
You nice on the sticks with it?
I am very nice.
Xbox, PS4,
Xbox,
PS5?
But I will be upgrading system soon.
Get the PS5, that's all I got to say.
I heard it's smooth.
It's great.
I heard it's smooth.
But COVID, though, so did you learn anything on this, like, downfall? Or, like, not the downfall, but for, like, the downtime period?
Honestly, like I said, it gave me a chance to do nothing. It gave me a chance to really sit back and reevaluate what direction I want to take this stuff into.
What was that?
And it gave me a chance to start producing.
Word. Okay, there we go.
So that's when I've always been a music guru, regardless. But I never had the chance or the time to do DJing and produce because you either have to learn one or the other. Like, so I had one down packed. So producing really was the thing that ate up the majority of my time.
Okay.
And my girl, with her being a nurse, nothing changed for her.
Yeah.
So like me being in the industry where I need the people to make my money, it was kind of hard when I wasn't able to reach the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a people person as it is.
Yeah.
But now I've kind of fallen in love with the solidarity though too.
Okay.
Yeah, it just really just gave me a chance to sit down, and I really thank God for it, bro, because it opened my eyes to not taking advantage to the little things, like simple as just going to work regularly, you know,
getting out the house every day, just having an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, being able to create plans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when they really just like can't nobody go nowhere, it's like, all right,
nothing.
So what's to do? You know what I mean?
And it forces you to be that much more creative because you can't
you're put inside a box for literally. So it's like, all right, what you gonna do?
Yep.
Okay. So I also did you start rapping at all over COVID? Because I remember you sent me a few songs a while ago, and it was hot. You know what I mean? I was waiting for something to come out.
That's something I kept in the bag for a long time.
Okay.
That'll be released as I please, but I'm not focused on me right now.
Okay.
So that's one side of me that people will see in the future. But as of right now, I'm just trying to get other artists on, and that as that goes on, I'll start to imply myself into that role. But right now, I see myself as like a P. Diddy type of executive producer, being able to curate an album, bringing in different producers and artists that I want together that I feel like would sound good, and then just add my sprinkling touches on it, like seasoning salt to the chicken, just a little bit.
So with that, have you started like scouting any artists that you want to have like on an album yet? Or?
Oh yeah, I've been scouting artists since I started DJing.
Okay, got you.
It's really the formula. To be honest, I always see myself like doing tours and working with different people and different companies and different labels and stuff, but there's none of that if you have no product to present them. So you have to get a product first, and that's kind of what my main thing was, like, to get my home city back on. Working with different artists is because there's a lot of talent that goes undiscovered.
Most definitely.
And if I had a platform to put somebody on, I'm going to do that. But in the same sense, like, the bigger they get, obviously the bigger I'll get, and the bigger I'll get, the bigger they get. So it goes back and forth.
A win-win scenario.
Yep. Okay. So like I'll throw like little showcases or just concerts.
Okay.
And this is actually my fourth one I just threw, but the first one was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it was like an array of artists. And I was just able to dwindle it down. Like, okay, he actually has talent and he has a stage presence. Let's work with him.
Word.
And I did that with like 6 or 7 people. So right now I have a roster of like 15 artists that I'm just working and waiting on. There's so much music that is going to be released, but...
Is there like a specific sound around the artist, or is it more like diverse, you know what I mean?
It's extremely diverse.
Okay.
None of the artists sound the same.
Do we have like some hyper pop in there? We got some R&B, some like lyrical rap.
Give me a little bit of everything.
Give me the rundown. Give me like the top 3, or like just...
Top 3?
Or like what the vibe is of it.
So definitely a lot of lyrical rap, storytelling, which is like a J. Cole type of Kendrick type. His name is Pond the God. He's out of Sandusky, Ohio.
Shout out to
him. Very big shout out.
How you spell it, Pond the God?
His name. Well, he goes by Pawnee right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
Pohnny. Pawnee. He's hard. He's actually somebody I've known for a while. I didn't know he was doing music. He didn't know I was DJing. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of one of them things. Like, all right, let's go ahead and attack this monster together. Another artist I'm working with out of Sandusky as well. His name is Bundy Smith, and he's like the blast type of artist, R&B, but he'll also rap too. You know what I'm saying?
Best of both worlds.
A lot of flavor.
Okay.
Very consistent flavor too. He's his own producer and engineer as well, which is very, very rare to find all of those three in the one. So I find him very valuable, just because he don't really need me to produce or anything. You know what I'm saying? He just needs the spotlight. And that's kind of what I feel like a lot of people need, is just the exposure.
So a platform, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Once you get on the platform, your talent and hard work is going to speak for itself.
Most definitely.
So, like, just being able to curate all that. I have a couple female artists and singers. I just got into...
The female artists are really important, though, because, like, I don't want to say, like, there's not a lot of them out here, but it's more so, like...
good ones.
I was going to say that, though, you know what I mean? A lot of it's, like, want to be Meg Thee Stallion type shit, you know, fucking niggas, all this, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, we understand, you feel me? But it's like...
cool and all.
Something new, you know what I mean? Like...
It's a breath of fresh air.
You feel me?
And that's kind of what I think about a lot of people now that I'm working with is... They don't sound like somebody before, and I don't think there's only going to be anybody that sounds like them after. So it's kind of like you have to take advantage of the moment.
Word.
Because in a year or so, that window might have closed to where y'all could have did it or something, you know. And I don't want to take time for advantages because, like we were talking about, COVID can shut down like that.
Literally one day, everything just changed.
Bro, I had a gig. If we're going to get back on that subject, I had a gig that Saturday. I think it was like March 13th or something like that, and everything closed on the 15th, like that Monday.
Word.
Everything, bro. And I had like the Mac tournament was coming up.
Ah, damn, because the DJ for the Akron Zips. We'll get into that later. Okay.
Yeah. So like that, and then I had the Horizon League tournament coming up, and there's implications with me doing the NCAA.
What was the Horizon League?
Horizon League is like Cleveland State's league.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, or their conference. So like, literally everything changed as soon as the governor was like, "Yep, we're shutting down." And I'm not gonna lie, I had one of the biggest summers lined up, bro. So like, just getting back to work I'm blessed though, because I'm still here. Like a lot of DJs didn't make it through COVID, bro.
That's facts though. A lot of people just now they're working at 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? They opt out. You know what I mean? They had
facts,
to. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not mad at you because it's survival at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But
what's gonna put the food on the table?
I just know my calling. You know what I'm saying? God gonna give you a plan A. What's the point of having a plan B if your plan A is working for you?
Exactly. All right, so let's just start into it a little bit. So you've been the DJ for the Akron Zips for about how long now?
This will be this is my 4th season.
Word.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Long time coming.
Yeah, I was already working in athletics when I was in school. Actually, when I transferred back from Ashland.
You were on the football team, weren't you?
Yeah, I played football from 2013 through 2015. I transferred to Ashland 2015, 2016.
Gotcha.
Came back to Akron fall of 2016.
Word.
Started working with athletics.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the bigger schools like, yo, they got DJs.
Yeah.
Arenas is rocking. We got somebody clicking buttons.
Word.
But me being an employee, you can't really just go and say that. So I built the connections that I needed to and was talking to the right people, asking the right questions. I seen there was a need and there was a space. Okay, I can do that.
You found the market.
Found found out how to really market myself and make it apply to me and how to please the school. Mm-hmm. But because I was a student, they couldn't pay me, which was messed up. I was
going to see, how did that go? Okay.
Bro, it was a whole debacle that we had to go through for like 6 months, though.
Really?
Yeah, because...
So was it just like unpaid work at first, or what was the...
At first, well, certain universities, you have a cap that you hit with money. And I had like 4 of the jobs on campuses. Bro, I was grinding. The last 2 or 3 years of my school, bro, I was grinding. And because my social security number was the same, I hit the cap like immediately once they tried to pay me for athletics.
That would have been like 5 jobs. Yeah.
5 jobs with a full schedule.
And classes.
And
DJing still on the side.
On the side, bro. I was hustling.
What was the sleep? What is sleep?
Well, there wasn't no sleep. And I got sick a couple times just because my body needed sleep.
Yeah, no recovery.
Like, you'd be out at the club till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. If there's an 11 o'clock football game, you got to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning to start setting up.
There's 5 hours of sleep. Plus, you low-key drunk next day, too. Still full of Henny, tequila.
Woozy,
man.
So,
hydration.
But since I was already working within the marketing department, I knew the ins and outs of everything and how the games was running because I was writing the scripts up.
Okay.
So I knew where timeouts were, you know what I'm saying, how things were supposed to go. I brought it to the associate athletic director, and he loved it. He's like, You know what? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We can do a trial run for the first couple games, and then we'll get you a contract. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't know it took like 3 months for you to get in the system.
Really?
So like by the time I got in the system, basketball season was almost always over. So like, I'm like, yo, what's up, yo? Like, and then they told me like, yeah, we can't pay you the full amount. I'm like, oh, y'all did me dirty. Because you knew the whole time.
Exactly.
Okay, you know what? I'll play y'all game this season, but next season when we go renegotiate and I graduate, I need my back end.
Facts.
It's that simple. Because I really did the whole season for free. So we worked it out though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? A couple people got fired, a couple people left. Wasn't up to me.
Hey, it's above you.
It is what it is, extremely above me. But I was definitely fortunate to be around the right people at the right time. And I always had the passion for athletics and just being able to put music and athletics together. That's the whole industry right there. You know,
I think it's just insane being like a young black man yourself coming up to the athletic director university with the whole game plan written down with the time slots, knowing where the music can go, when to stop it, what to play during the timeouts. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever curate like a half show time at all, or
like I had a slot just because like as the DJ you get like. The games are set up to where, like, the band will play a timeout, then the DJ will finish a timeout.
Okay, gotcha.
And then sometimes, like for basketball, they'll have a halftime show to where people will come in and do different acts. And if they don't have their own music, that goes to the DJ.
Exactly.
So I was able to showcase my talents on that.
Okay.
And as I got better, you know what I'm saying, the performances got better and the arenas got more rocking.
The energy, you know what I mean? Because, like, you are the energy starter.
It was there. And you can tell a complete difference, like, I'm not going to take credit for the wins because I wasn't playing, but the energy from the crowd was a complete 360 before I got there.
Word. So there was no DJ for basketball either?
Let's put it like that. Huh?
There was no DJ for basketball either?
They had one. I guess they screwed him over. He charged them crazy amount.
Okay, word.
And I'm like, dang, that's how much y'all was paying?
He said, wait a second, my boy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to have to renegotiate.
Hey, for real though. Know your worth.
Yeah.
Number one thing.
Especially now.
Yeah. So after the whole Akron Zips thing, did that help like open other doors for you? After that, like also having that on your resume officially, I'm sure that like
it was definitely a start. I knew I wanted to work within the athletics. It kind of gave me a direction to trend towards as I'm getting older. I can apply myself to different areas as far as within athletics because I know how the games are ran. And they're like that across the board. It doesn't matter if it's in the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, any college sports. Like they're all ran by scripts.
Exactly.
So if you can get in within the like game day production, it's easy.
Okay, really?
You swear?
It's a really
it's so easy. It's the same. Like it doesn't matter what team you go through. Everybody has to run scripts because all the games are the same.
You just got to know how to like budget in. Like the songs and the times, like,
anything,
and to fit the energy.
Yeah.
Word. So when someone gets injured, how does that go as a DJ? Like I'm always curious. You know what I mean? Like do you just not do anything?
No.
Or like what happens? Is it like sad music with like
my
with the
first
violin?
year? I didn't know what to play.
Word.
And it was kind of one of those things to where you have to get that experience. So now I have a folder just dedicated to injury music.
What is it? Is it like some like set
very
it off
slow,
music?
some mellow tunes, maybe some instrumentals. It's nothing that gets people rowdy just because it's injury.
Word.
So sometimes I play like just some Michael Jackson. It's very low. You know what I'm saying? It's very low volumes. The music really don't matter, but it's nothing that you want to have the crowd erupt with.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting actually, because I was wondering like, what do you do when like shit goes wrong?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Bro, there was one time I played it. I remember it was Katy Perry. I think it was I Kissed a Girl. The song I was playing during the timeout, and it said clean on my laptop, bro, and it wasn't clean.
Ooh,
and it was. I think it was playing. We were playing Kent too, so it was sold out, bro. Like everybody heard it. Everybody heard it, and immediately like the marketing director was shocked. She was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And I'm like, what? Because I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't even hear when you're playing it?
So, like, I had one speaker in. Like, you have to have a headset on because you have to listen to what's going on in the arena.
Yeah.
For them to tell you, like, all right, play. So, I just had it queued up. You know what I mean?
Word.
Bro, it's the whole game day management. It's crazy.
So, you don't even hear what's going on. It just has to be, like, timed correctly and, like, just really orchestrated.
So, like I'll have a completely different headset from the music that I play from my mixer to what's going on in the headset in the arena.
Yeah.
And if it's something immediate, like you have to play regardless of what's going on, you got to have something queued up. So paying attention is very big within basketball games, especially.
It's
because timeouts can happen at any moment. Exactly. Like if a team goes on a run, that coach about to call a timeout.
For sure.
You need to have something queued up.
Yeah.
And if we're losing, and it can't be something hype. So like you have to.
You can't be feeding their energy too much either.
Exactly.
Word. Even though you might be fucking with the team, you're like, we're playing the Bucks right now.
They balling right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. So it's a lot harder than just pressing play and saying go.
Way harder, bro.
Okay. More respect to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More respect to you.
But that just goes to show like how versatile I am too, though. Because I'm like we were talking about earlier, DJing at the club the night before and then going to the football game and then maybe going to a basketball game. Those are 3 completely different chosens that you're gonna get.
Facts though.
It's the sets are completely different. The music, you know what I mean. My energy is way different than what you're gonna get from me being in the club
or a wedding. Also, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know weddings; those are the gigs, man.
I know
they be paying heavily for the photography. I can imagine for the DJs.
Indeed.
Man, I'm like, let me get my scratch board out. You feel me? Yeah.
You don't even really gotta be good to get paid at weddings either.
That's no for real.
Yeah, once I learned that. I can't even get my tricks away. I can't.
Hey. Put it in the book, make them pay for it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to dive into this. You had a Breakfast Club interview.
No.
Not a Breakfast Club interview, but a
Sway in the Morning.
Sway in the Morning. My apologies. Yeah, Sway in the Morning interview.
Sway in the Morning.
How did that go,
bro? It was great.
How did that come about? Actually, how did it even happen?
So shout out to Bronze DJ Meal. He had hit me for, I believe it was like a New Year's Day type of like a mix show that they have out in Cali. It's actually in LA. It's called Dash Radio.
Yeah.
It's an internet radio.
Okay.
So he had hit me like, yo, I need you to submit a mix for Dash Radio. You know, so there's like 20 or 30 DJs across the country that they picked from.
What?
And I was one of them just because I was hounding them like, bro, let me submit a mix. Like,
yeah.
I'm better than half of these niggas, bro. Let me submit a mix.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. He's like, I know, you know what I mean? I've checked on you, checked your resume. He's like, you pretty dope. So go ahead and submit it. I submitted the mix. And with me, like, once I follow a page and I see who that page is like posting and tagging and certain stuff, I'll go follow the people that they tag because they obviously have something to do with what's going on.
Exactly.
One of the people I followed, she's a producer for Dash Radio and also for Shade 4-5. So I slid in her DM expeditiously, like, you know what?
It's a smart.
I see what you're doing, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Hope all is well. I see you're produced for Shade 4-5, and she's like, yeah, I do that and a couple other radio stations. So I'm like, cool. How can I get a mix on the Sway? And she's like, all right, I already sent you an email before you even hit me up. So I went back and looked, like, submit a mix to be featured on Sway in the Morning.
Word.
So I'm like, yo.
How long ago did she send the email? Was it in your junk folder or something?
It was like a week in advance.
Really?
Before I submitted the mix for Meal. So it was already there, bro. And this is how I know God is real, bruh. It was already written before I had even put it into play, you know? And but it was originally for like a date in March. Okay. So I had like a couple months to do it. Okay. But as I'm texting her, she hit me back immediately. Like, look, if you can get me a mix by tonight at 11 o'clock, I could put you on Sway in the morning, like the next morning.
You already have a mix ready, or you just you're like, fuck.
And this is where the fun part was, bro. Word. It was like something took over my body, bro. Like, I swear, you can call my girl and confirm. We was out at dinner. I'm like, yo, we need to go home right now. Like, right now.
What time was it? 8:30. You had to have it in by midnight?
An hour mix by midnight.
Word. The whole hour mix, though. So, damn, I don't even know how this works for real.
So, I had to have an hour mix submitted, and it takes about 20 minutes to load because it's a pretty big file.
It's a big file, yeah.
So, like, I'm glad that my library was versatile. So, you got to think about it this. Sway in the Morning is one of the biggest morning shows in the country.
Yeah.
It's centered in New York, predominantly hip-hop, predominantly black hip-hop. But it's older folks, so it ain't really too much like current music, you know?
It's real music.
It's real music.
Yeah.
And so you have to go through and see, okay, this fits with that, that goes with that. Okay, that's going to, I'm going to do that. Word. But that takes time to go through your entire library.
Because you probably got, what, a million songs?
I put like 120 songs into a folder. And something just told me, you know what, just go. Do it. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and do it. If it sounds bad, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got time.
You don't have time. Because it's not like you can get a half hour into the mix and be like, nah, I don't like that. You got to do it again.
But this is where the opportunity meets preparation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I really preach to people too. Like, you have to be prepared for things like that because that changed my whole trajectory in one night, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
the industry's fast too because it's like they're really not usually going to give you 3 months to make a mix.
No.
You know, we need that shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we release shit every day. We need that shit in the next night and the next night.
Need it.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, when I opened that, I'm like, all right, I went home, rushed home, put music in a folder. And I just started mixing, bro. I started cutting like I never had before. Like, literally, bro, something took over my body. It didn't really hit me until I drove home so I could listen to it with my mom's. Word. Just because that's a big moment for me.
The seal of approval.
Of course. You know. That too. And, like, as I'm driving home, you know, I got a late start. So I was able to listen to, like, the intro as I'm pulling up to my mom's crib, you know. And I didn't listen to the mix before I submitted it, just because I had to have it.
Really? Bro, you don't even have time to. It's a whole hour, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you listen to it and you start getting subconscious and shit.
I got the email at 8. Okay. I was home by 9. I got to have it submitted by 11.
Bro, that's 2 hours?
And it takes an hour to put the music in the folder. So I really had like an hour and 20 minutes.
So what was your go-to? What was the first song on there, if you can remember? What's the first song?
It was actually a Little John intro. I scratched it. It was on his Wake Up in the Morning Feeling Live. And I just looped it. Word. God must be really on my side. And I just looped it, looped it. And just because I try to start my mixes off by, even though it's a predominantly hip-hop station, I'm going to give my praise to the Lord. Just because you gave me this opportunity, I'm going to give you that. And then I looped it into Players Anthem.
Oh, that's, man.
Fire.
For sure.
So
one of the best songs in history.
Yes, bruh. So, like, when I was really scratching, I'm like, dang, bro, I'm about to be on Sway. But I can't think that because then you're going to mess up. So I'm like, all right, you got to go ahead and just really mix. Get in your bag. So it was one of them things where I literally turned my phone off, turned everything off, and got to work. And you had to lock in for an hour straight, and I just went crazy. Woke up the next morning to a DM from Sway. Like, himself, like, yo, you killed the mix. I just want to let you know that before we play. And I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that. Like, whenever, this is probably like So like a couple days after, I got another DM from him like, yo, we're gonna keep looping your mix. Just want to let you know that like you about to be featured. But I didn't see it, bro, because it came to the request.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't following him and he wasn't following me, so it went to my request.
Exactly.
I didn't see it. And then about 2 weeks after that, I submitted another mix. But the whole time that was playing like 4 or 5 times, bro.
Your same mix was?
The same mix. They played it like 4 or 5 different days in a row.
Damn.
Like it was the mix of the day.
That's hella airtime though.
Yes,
hella
bro.
Airtime.
Hella airtime.
Do they shout you out before they play the mix every time? Word. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, bro. It was dope. So he had posted it on his story like mix of the day. But I didn't see that. Like, you know, at the bottom of some Instagram stories, it goes to see more.
Exactly. Yeah.
I never clicked on that. That's where the article was the whole time.
Word.
So I'm like, yo, this has been up for 2 weeks.
Did you notice any traction on your page from it?
A whole bunch of traction, bro. Word. I got a DM from DJ Darrell.
Word.
Yeah,
Word.
Migos DJ, bro.
Word.
Yeah, bro. He like, yo, you putting on for Ohio. Like, that was love, bro.
Word.
And I'm like, yo, where did you get this from? He like, from the Sway mix, fool. And I'm like, oh. So I went and looked. It was a hella DJs from around the country. Like, bro, you did your thing. Like, whenever you trying to collab, let me know. Like, let me know if you come to LA, type shit like that. So it was cool. But that all functioned from being prepared from Meals Mix, which is on Dash, and just being able to connect the dots, bro. That's really what it was about.
Man, that's crazy. So, like, opportunity needs preparation. That's a real thing. So, you also had like you got to speak on it too, didn't you? At all?
No,
or, no?
I didn't get to speak.
Okay,
no.
okay. I thought they called. I thought they made like a voice call for you.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
no. I wish I was actually like I was able to speak to Sway, but never like actually on Shade 45.
Not yet.
They said
Not
if it
yet.
wasn't for COVID, I would have been able to go mix
down there
in studio.
Oh, damn.
COVID messed it up, but it didn't because it gave me a chance to now build with them over the course of the year, and I've been submitting mixes back and forth, and I've been on Sway probably like 15 times now.
Okay, word.
Yeah, bro.
It's just like it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, it's cool though. I got the relationship, so anytime I go to New York, they said I'm welcome to come up to the studio.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. So how does that feel? You know what I'm saying? Like before that happened, were you kind of like doubting yourself at all, or was that more so like all right, I'm for sure doing the right thing?
It was definitely one of those moments to where I knew I was on the right track.
Okay.
And definitely trending in the right direction because we were still in the middle of a pandemic, bro.
Yeah.
And we were still locked down, like very much so. So I was going through it though. Like, can you imagine being able to DJ for 3 years straight and then one day you're not able to do it for a year? Like, you're not able to do nothing.
Your craft. You mean your
But I had to force myself to practice and know you're not going to see any results from it right now.
Exactly.
You know, and it was kind of a gratification thing where it's like, okay, all the work you've been putting in work.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and showcase that without having people physically there. Mm-hmm. But you heard about millions around the world in the morning. So, like, it was just one of those surreal moments, bro. And just being able to actually listen to it in real time, it gave me, like, I wanted to tear up, bro. I got very emotional just because it's like, okay, now I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm actually in the industry and, like, getting satisfaction and recognized. Yeah.
That's a real thing, man.
Yeah, bro.
Waiting for the blue check next. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming soon.
Hey, a few more articles and they got you. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming very soon.
Okay, so with the Breakfast Club interview, after that, did you
Sway in the morning.
Yeah, my bad. I wrote Breakfast Club because it's like my fault. The Sway in the Morning interview. My apologies. Shout out Sway. Yeah, but with the Sway in the Morning interview, after that happened, did you know? After the traction, did you kind of build any new connects?
Yeah. Okay. I got a lot of new connections. It was a lot of things. That's kind of led to me traveling a lot more.
Okay.
After that, I was already traveling as it was, but now it gave me a reason to because that's a resume stamp that a lot of people can't. So when I went to actually went to Miami over Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
And I met I think his name is DJ Vlad.
Vlad?
No, not Vlad.
Okay.
It wasn't Vlad. It was the DJ for he's actually on iHeartRadio. But he's Khaled's right hand man.
Word.
Like his right hand man. So I submitted him a mix. He's like, bro, you dope. He's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's a lot of people down here trying to do what you're doing. You know, me not being from there, I don't have any type of fan base. So it was kind of hard for me to tap in with him. But once he heard the product, it was almost like a done deal.
Exactly.
You know, so and he's over Pitbull's international radio, iHeartRadio. So I have two pretty big stamps right there between iHeartRadio and Shade 45 on SiriusXM.
So the networking's been going like smooth in its plan. And my question to you is like, what are your goals as a DJ? Do you kind of want to like have your own radio show, or like do you want to like be an arena? You know what I'm saying? Host your own events, or
my goal as a DJ is to do whatever I please.
Okay.
So like, if I want to have a radio show, all right, I'm able to do that just because I want to do it. You know what I mean? If I want to work with artists, I'm able to do that just because I want to do it. I don't want to put myself in a box. I want to be able to do literally anything I put my mind to, as far as, you know what I'm saying, if I wanted to go interview people as a DJ, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, I feel like that's something I can see myself doing. But I also have goals I want to do on the outside of DJing. I feel like DJing is just one spectrum of what I'm called to do, really. It's going to lead me to what eventually my purpose is in life. And I don't think I'm going to be doing this too much longer. And I might be, you know what I mean? Right. But I know I wear multiple hats, and I know I want to do a lot of things. But one of my main goals is obviously like tours. Everybody wants to go on tours, but to go on tours, you got to start building with artists. Like, nobody's just going to pull you to the side. Like, all right, unless you dope, and I am dope, you know, like I'll get there. Like, there's some things we could talk about off camera because there's some things I'm working on right now. Okay. But as of right now, tours is definitely the main thing, and just traveling the world, doing what I'm loving. You know what I mean? And that's either with myself or with an artist. One of my main things right now is just being able to build artists and get fan bases across the country, just so I can have leeway to travel with different people.
Yeah, to get regional. You know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So like, one of my main focuses right now is getting my hometown on lock. Like I said earlier, just because there is so much talent.
Hometown
there.
Is Cleveland, right?
No, I'm from Fremont, Ohio.
Fremont. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like closer to like Sandusky, Cedar Point area.
Okay, gotcha.
Nobody really makes it out of there when it comes to music. So like, me going to school up here gave me the comfortability of staying away from home. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to actually be on my own up here and do as I please. So as a DJ, I feel like it's very big to get your home city on lock and like your region on lock, because if you can't do that, you're really doing it for no reason at all.
Facts though.
If I can't go home and change somebody's life, or at least attempt to influence them, like, yo, there's so much more out here.
Yeah, and it's different when you're getting experience, you know what I mean? So it's like now you can give back.
Exactly.
Because you have the knowledge now.
Knowledge, and I can show a way, like, okay, don't do that.
Yeah, like I wish I would have had somebody tell me this when I was your age.
Man,
you know
bro, that's one of my main things right now is I want to be who I needed when I was growing up.
Yes. Preach.
And that comes in a multitude of ways, not even just music, just life. You know what I'm saying? There's so much life out here that a lot of people are missing on because you're trapped in a box or you're not exposed to it.
Exactly. Because some people got to see to believe, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like a lot of times if you only see the same thing every day, it's kind of hard to believe anything different.
Exactly.
You know?
So like me jumping off the porch at 18, bro, as soon as I went to school, I never really looked back, just because I knew I was built for so much more, bro.
I feel that.
And
so
like,
you already seen everything there was to see back there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And nobody can tell me how to do a certain thing if you didn't do it yourself. So me being able to just learn from the different people, like right now I'm sitting under Floss, you know what I'm saying? And he been doing this.
Word. Well, who's Floss?
DJ Steph Floss.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's a big name. Me being cool with Brown's DJ Mill, or just getting connections from that and learning and just being a sponge in the industry, because the DJ industry is grimy, bro.
The music industry in general is
super grimy and super influential. Like we was talking about too. Like you just got to kind of know what you want and what you want to do, and make sure nothing stops you once you are on that way, and make sure you're trending in the right direction, because you can veer off pretty fast if you start following
especially in this industry for sure. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes ain't on the right track.
Nah, and that's my thing is like I don't want to waste time. I think I heard Rick Ross say, if I know it's gonna take 10 years, I'm cool with taking 10 years, but I don't want to waste time if I don't have to. If I know it's gonna take a year to get in this certain position, okay, how do I get there? As long as you're not wasting your time, you know what I mean, and your effort, because you can't get no time back.
Exactly. Like, is it if it's like productive and progressive?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be in the same place for 10 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? We making steps. We going here and there.
I'm definitely grateful to be where I'm at, because last year, bro, you really couldn't see no out of COVID.
Man, it still feel like it's here though, in a way. You know what I mean? Now they're just kind of like letting us throw shows again. So, but like, it never really left. If that makes sense.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
The variant is very here.
We'll see after this whole vaccine.
We're gonna see
if people start kicking the bucket or not. I did not. You get the vaccine?
I did not.
Hey, I'm waiting till the third version come out. They probably gonna come out with it next week or something.
It's like a new iPhone update.
Hey, it's 5G, so they say. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, also, I want to talk about you being the Chargers DJ. How'd you get about that?
Long story short, keeping the right connections and just keep grinding as a person. Like, my brand is getting to a point now where it's very notable in the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio, just because I have 2 D1 universities. And now I'm being affiliated with the Cleveland Cavaliers, with the Charge. Like, that's a big thing. And both of those, two of the 3 of those teams play in the same arena. The Cleveland State and the Charge will be playing in the Wolfstein Center now. So just being affiliated with the right people. Shout out to my boy DJ Easy. He was actually the Charge DJ before me. But things worked out to where he's busy now, and my schedule allows me to do that. And I know the schedules will never clash because they play in the same arena. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be on different days or different times. So that, and just being thorough, bro, just being you, just kind of led me to that. And then the phone call was just kind of like, all right, let's do it. You know what I mean? It kind of made sense. And then with All-Star Weekend being a big thing this year,
I was about to say that. Yeah, All-Star Weekend is coming up. So you already book a hotel in the 9 yet? I know they're already filled up. Oh, that's even, damn. I live in Cleveland. Exactly.
But I'll gladly take a room.
Hey, shit, if there was one left, I'm sure you would. Dude, like, I checked, they're damn near all gone.
Bro, that weekend is going to be one of the biggest weekends Cleveland's ever seen, bro.
You have any plans or like any like networking connects, like plan on doing anything?
I can't say nothing right now.
Okay.
I don't want to talk my way out of a blessing. Let's put it like that. So we can recap in like March. We could talk about it.
All right, after. Okay, I'm with you. And last thing I want to bring up, but just one thing. You were talking about the Dallas Cowboys DJ.
Yeah. I met him when I was DJing in Miami.
Okay,
Yeah, bro.
Where were you DJing at in Miami?
Voodoo, Club Voodoo. Okay, and at Sway nightclub in Fort Lauderdale.
Word.
Yeah, both dope experiences, bro.
Goddamn.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and just, with the big old folders.
You feel me? Like the Constitution with the
bro, but like I am truly blessed, and that's how I know I'm trending in the right direction, just because I've only been DJing for 4 years, really 3 years if you take away the COVID year.
Word. That is okay. You made hella progress. This nigga's been DJing for 20 years.
For 20 years and haven't done
and still doing birthday parties, grandparents parties.
I did the NFL draft in my second year.
Really?
When they came to Akron for the original towns, that was one of my first marquee events. Was like, all right, I'm working with the NFL right now, which is huge.
Yeah,
that's a resume stamp right there. So being that, and then I am gonna talk my shit a little bit.
You got to,
but
you know what I'm saying?
I'm humble though, bro. Yeah. You know that, and it's like things can be taken away just as easy as it came to you. So I don't want to overstep, but
you gotta appreciate it still.
They need to know they not playing, or I'm not playing. That's what I'm not trying to play fair this year, just because we lost out on the whole year. I'm hungry right now.
Right, foot on their necks.
I'll go tired if I need to, just because I know where I want to be and how to get there. But it's just time that is valuable, you know, and I think within the next year and a half, I'll be getting that stamp of like, all right, bro.
The seal of approval?
Yeah.
Where it's like you ain't even got to introduce yourself. You already know what this is.
It's to the point now where it's like, oh, yeah, that's chosen. Like, yeah, I know. Let me through, please.
Hey, the branding is going amazing. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, to an upcoming DJ or someone who's like thinking about being a producer, like what advice do you have to give?
Take your time.
Word.
Fall in love with taking your time and knowing that you're going to fail a couple times, because you need them failures early. Like, if I didn't go through what I did in the early stages, I'd probably still be going over a couple lessons, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And take it for what it is. Like I said, this industry is very grimy. Keep a good core of relationship with people around you. Make sure your friends are straight. Most importantly, have a relationship with God, bro. Like, it's that simple. Like, I don't have a plan B. What? DJing is what I do. I don't have another job. Like, so being able to make money and actually live a comfortable life off of being able to create is a blessing in itself, you know? So I know I'm trending the right, because I'd be broke if I wasn't doing the right thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Or trying to focus on something else and falling in love with the craft. Like, people don't even know I went a whole year without having a gig. When I first started DJing, bro, I was just in my room practicing.
Word.
Practicing for a
whole 10,000 hours to master a craft, you know what I'm saying?
It took that long, bro. Like,
But it paid off.
So once I got nice, I was able to start going out to different places and shitting on these niggas.
Word. And they're like, where this nigga come from?
Exactly that. Exactly.
Is it like you seen Juice, right?
Yeah.
You know the whole DJ scene.
Yeah.
When a dude comes in, Q, you know what I'm saying? Then he comes and kills the whole DJ audience, kills the whole DJ audition. Then he goes and kills the entire performance.
Yeah.
Is like, do you feel any kind of correlation with that? I'm sure like that like speaks different to you as a DJ,
bro. Just because I know that, bro, back then DJing was completely different.
Man,
though.
Especially in New York, though, you needed a DJ to be a rapper.
You had to be a dog.
For real.
Because the DJs was the MCs back then.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. It was a 2-in-1.
It's very hard, and I feel like that's why I'm very authentic when it comes to that, because I'm very lyrical too. You know what I'm saying? I was a singer growing up in the choirs, bro. I was musically inclined like a motherfucker for real.
Word.
So like being able to just put all of this together into one product, that's why I feel like I really am. I can executive produce because I know what it's going to take to put a whole album together and how it's supposed to sound, how I want it to sound.
The business side and the whole artistic side, you know.
So leading back to the question you asked me about up and coming DJs, make sure you have contracts and make sure you know what's in those contracts. Be business savvy. I went to school with that though, so a lot of people they're not able to put the marketing and the business behind the product. Yeah. You know, people are honestly just sometimes one dimensional. Like, all right, I can DJ. All right, well, cool. Send me a contract. Well, I don't have a contract. Well, then we can't do
business.
Can't do business. And if you do business, you're not going to know what they're talking about because you don't know how to do business.
Exactly.
So me going to school with that and getting a degree in business management and sport marketing, I was able to really put all of the aspects of sports and the business side and the music in one.
The full package.
The whole package.
Word.
And I feel like that's kind of where I differentiate myself when it comes to different DJs, because I do truly treat it like a job.
It is.
I could really be out drinking all the time when I'm DJing, but you wouldn't take me serious if I was drunk in the booth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking up the mix.
The transitions is terrible. Learn how to mix too, young DJs. Please learn how to mix music together and have transitions.
And mixing is essentially like knowing what song follows the next song the best.
It don't even have to be the best. They just kind of have to go together.
Word.
Being able to put
tempo.
2 BPMs and 2 just put 2 songs together. Like, you know what BPM is?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of young DJs don't.
Damn, just you play DJing, you know what BPM
they'll
is?
Play, the whole mix will be the same BPM the whole time.
Word, so like the vibes just trash.
Don't
probably.
change. It sound like one continuous long song. Now, granted, transitions are supposed to sound like one soundtrack because it's.
But you gotta have a roller coaster there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I will say crowd control is very hard to maneuver, but once you get it down, you know, it's easy
it's fluid.
Yeah, very fluid.
Because you know what's gonna hit them.
You know what I'm saying?
You definitely know what's not gonna hit them because you tried that shit.
Tried it, and it's honestly all trial and error too. But that's where the practice comes in. And like I said, I had a year to practice and just download music, bro. So being able to do that and then actually being let out the cage, it was like I was a monster when I first started DJing in Akron, bro. Like, because like I said, I moved back from Ashland, so a lot of people didn't know who I was because I was only in Akron for a year and a half.
Okay, word.
And then I came back and was there for 3. And was able to turn up for 3 years consistently.
So then you got the clientele back, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knew. You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about earlier with Thursdays, I knew everybody.
Yeah.
So being able to bring them out, like you're the first person that I'm going to see, or I'm the first person you're going to see when you get to the door.
So I think that's how I met you, Thursdays, literally. Yeah, literally.
So that, and people are like, oh, you do the door and DJ? Like, yeah. I'm hustling.
No cap.
Like,
doing what you got to do.
Yeah, doing what I got to do, building the clientele, and then putting the marketing behind it. Obviously, with my cameraman, Corey, he can attest to all of that, right or wrong. Shutting it down.
Hey.
I actually had to have a meeting with the police, bro, because it was getting rowdy. Like, it was to that
for
point.
Thursdays?
Yeah, bro, it was to that point.
It got so rowdy, it actually did end up getting
I wasn't there for that.
That was after. That was after
the chosen era.
After the chosen era. You know, that's probably why I got shut down.
Yeah.
Hey. But one last question. What is it like bombing an audience? Like, where you're just like, yo, this shit is just not hitting at all. Has it ever happened?
No.
Word.
I've never, like, completely bombed a show.
Okay, word.
That's what practice is for, though. Like, it's really that simple. You got to prepare yourself for certain moments, or I'm such a perfectionist, bro. I'm not going to allow myself to get to a point where I'm unprepared for something. And it'll show if you're prepared or not. Like, it'll show that fast just from the organizing the music. But there's levels to DJing, bro. There's, like, when I first started, it was little house parties here and there. You don't really have to have organization for that. You just play what people want to hear, you know?
Yeah.
Play Dreams and Nightmares 7 times in a row. Go ahead.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna be there the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna
play at 8.
But you can't do that now. When you go to the club, you start listening to different DJs. I'm like, oh, that sounded nice with that. I'm gonna put that in my bag. I'm gonna keep that. Like, ooh, that transition was terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to him no more.
Word.
So that's why I say the influencers are so important. But I looked up to the people who I wanted to mix with, like listening to the radio, always hearing Steph Loss on the radio, always listening to Ryan Wolf, DJ KY, for instance. Just being able to really, it's like being a hooper. You know what I'm saying? You know you like Jordan, LeBron, Westbrook, Curry. You're going to try to put all their moves into one bag exactly. And create it for you. So that's kind of what I did for myself, was listening to different different DJs, DJ Kid Capri, like listening to the serious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The serious, real top dog DJs, and listening like, okay, these transitions are so clean, you don't even know what's coming next unless you know that song.
Exactly.
And there shouldn't be any space of gaps for people to, I've heard some terrible DJs, bro, but I can't judge them because either they didn't take it as serious or they do it as a hobby. Like, this is my job. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do to eat. So you have to treat it like that. And I think I'm a product of just hard work, dedication, and being prepared for what's next, because it takes one opportunity to change everything, your trajectory for life, bro. It takes one time. You got to be
prepared for it.
And if you're not prepared, you might have missed your window and your blessing.
You know what I mean? Like, hate to see it go out the door, you know, just because you was bullshitting the whole time.
Because I had times where it's like, man, I know I could be mixing right now, but I'm trying to play the game.
Yeah.
But you got to get through that, because that call can literally happen like, all right, I need a mix by midnight.
Right.
So like that whole sway thing, bro, it really changed my whole mindset of just staying prepared at all times. Like, there'd be times I wake up in the middle of the night and just go mix just to stay fresh.
Word, yeah, you got to. You know what I mean? It's like, it's your passion also. That's one thing, because I feel like it drives you more than other people, because it might not be people's passion. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you like eat, breathe, sleep, and shit music. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just like only listen to it in the car.
Yep.
Or like only here and there, you know what I mean? But it's different when like you got the headphones in all day. All
the time, bro.
You're just thinking about, how's this going to transition to this? How's that going to do to that?
And then like I be pissing my girl out, because I be
it's
like,
just subconscious at a certain point.
What song is this? And she be like, I don't know. Like, you should know that song. Right. You know what I mean? But definitely talk about the passion, bro, because at first my passion was sports. You know, football was my thing coming out of high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did the transition from being an athlete go to pursuing like DJing full time?
Man, bro, it was a point in time to where I was actually getting in trouble for DJing when I was at Ashland, because there was like a NCAA, once you start making money from like an outside job that's not the university, you lose your eligibility as an athlete.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. So like there was a time where I had to choose. It was during spring ball. Like, we had just won a championship, conference championship, and I messed up my ankle real bad. Like, I had a really bad ankle sprain, and I just didn't feel like I was me again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm in Ashland, Ohio. First of all, second of all, like,
different.
I'm really thinking to myself, like, what am I doing here? But a lot of the people that I met there, bro, and I was only there for one season, so. And I think a lot of it is timing and just trusting God that regardless of what you're going to go through, like, he's going to work it together. You know what I mean? Regardless. It don't matter if you're having the worst days. Like, I was in a bad relationship. Sports wasn't going away. Thought it was going to go. You think when you go to play college football, you thinking, all right, league or die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why you went.
I literally woke up one morning and was like, yo, I don't love this anymore. And once you get to that point of college athletics, you might as well go ahead and hang up the cleats and try something new, because you have to love the game to get up at 5 o'clock.
It's a mental game
every morning.
It's a mental game, and just as it is physical. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it was hectic. It was a terrible schedule. I got a concussion during spring ball. And I started, me and my friend Aaron, we actually started DJing together. I used to use his laptop, bro. When he would get out of class, I'm like, I need your laptop. Need it, because I'm about to go DJ.
Word.
For $100 a night, bro. Week. This is little hole in the bar place called Riley's, but I can't even be mad that was the first place I started, because look where I'm at now.
Yeah.
From a 50-person hall to a 50,000 person arena, like, it's nothing but time and just trusting God's plan, bro.
And that's staying consistent. You know what I mean? Because it's like, imagine taking 6 months off between all this time.
Not gonna work.
You know what I mean? You be so much further behind.
Trying to aim for the position I'm at now.
Exactly.
So I can't let anybody catch up to what's going on.
Because they're gonna keep hustling just like you are. You know what I mean? As soon as you let off the gas, that's when they get a little bit closer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can't let that happen.
Because when if they get the same opportunity you do, and it's like
it's not gonna go like that.
Exactly.
You know, and like I do appreciate where I started at because it gave me nothing but room to grow. Mm-hmm. I started in literally a hole in the wall bar, bro. It was like 75 people max that was able to get in there.
Damn.
At a D2 school in the middle of Ohio. Racist Ohio. I was
about to say, then they even listen to the same music you playing probably. You know what I mean?
So like the way it happened was, bro, we used to go out to we used to go there and the DJ was playing music from YouTube.
Oh, word. With the ads and shit?
With the ads.
Come on, now. I ain't even had a YouTube
Have you one of your loved ones in the middle of
twerking?
You getting some ass thrown on you. You have one of your loved ones been in a car accident?
You're like, yo.
Skip the ad. You know? So I went to the owner, like, look, I'll take $75. Let me do this. You know what I mean? Just because I'm not playing football no more. Well, I was still on the team, but I wasn't practicing because obviously I had a concussion. I had a serious talk to my mom, like, yo, I'm about to move back home just because it's not working right now. You know, it's not working for me. And a lot of people don't even know, bro, I was on academic probation. Like, my grades was down just because I wasn't in a happy spot, bro. I wasn't in a happy spot. I was in a bad relationship. And that shit takes a toll on you. And sports was my outlet out. So when you don't have that outlet anymore,
it just starts to crash, you know what I'm saying?
Everything starts to crash. Yeah. You know, I felt myself getting down on myself. I ain't gonna say I was depressed or anything, but it's like, all right, it's just to me, I know what I'm capable of, and the settings I'm in right now are not healthy. Mm-hmm. You know, so I moved back home for the summer. Was chopping it with my homeboy Chris, who actually moved to Akron because of me, and I ended up leaving. So he was like, bro, you left me.
Yeah, like, come on, now we had a plan.
Yeah, that was the plan. So I decided, you know, I'm about to reapply back to Akron. And a lot of people don't even know, bro, I got accepted literally on Friday. Classes started on Monday.
Damn. So you have to find a place.
I had already signed my lease to a place.
Okay, so
without even getting back into school, bro. This is just how much I trusted God with the plan that He had set up for me, though.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. My core group of friends at Ashland, who we was all playing ball with, actually moved to Akron.
Where because Ernest was up there too, right?
Ernest, yeah. Ernest, one of my best friends, and
went to high school with him.
That's crazy, bro. Small world, for real.
Right?
Oh, I know you from forever ago. That makes a lot more sense that you say that.
Word.
From when he got back to Akron. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Yeah, we've been locked in, bro.
It's been a minute. 2017, bro.
Yeah. So, like, that was one of the biggest things for me was just being able to get back to being me, you know? And it was a different world because, all right, you can't play sports anymore, but you can still be in the sports industry and not be on the field.
Got to play a different role.
Yeah. So, and that's when I became a role player and started working with athletics, and I was already DJing, you know what I mean? So, all of that, I really just put all of the hard work I was putting into training into my DJing career.
Word.
And that's kind of where the product is at now, you know, and that's just kind of the mindset I'm keep going with, just because I know what I'm called to do in this world, and it's not to be in the state of Ohio for too much longer, you know what I mean? Like, my DJ Chosen will reign around the world, bro.
Where you thinking of going next? If you are to move, you got anything, any like?
I want to move down south to like the Carolinas or like Atlanta.
Or Atlanta, man. Everybody going to Atlanta, bro, but
I'm going to take
I've never been before. I've never been.
I'm not going to move unless I absolutely have to. Or and you'll know when it's time to, bro. God will let you know, like, all right, go ahead, because the opportunity will come up to where everything is aligned.
It just makes more sense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay.
So I think I'm definitely trending to where I need to be within the next 5 years. There's no say, bro, where things can go because things can happen.
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's all about whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever fits best in your path.
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully an arena tour is in my near future, though.
Hey, speaking into existence, manifestation.
Oh, yeah. Manifestation is real.
Yes, sir. Well, let's just go with some of the last words of encouragement you have to our viewers, or any shout outs to anybody you got.
Shout out to anybody who has supported me this far. You know what I mean? Just coming to different events or posting a flyer, as simple as that. You know what I mean? Just showing love and genuine support. The people in my corner, definitely my family, my girl, my cameraman, the schools that I'm affiliated with. Like I'm gracious and grateful to be in a predicament and situation that I'm in right now, just to being able to work with different schools. What I really want to do is work with like kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Because like I said, I wanted to be who I needed growing up. So being able to save that younger generation, to be like, yo, look, this is the right way to do it. Don't do that. You know what I mean? That's kind of my focus point right now, is just being able to influence a generation to want more for themselves. Yeah. And and tell them just not to give up when life gets hard, because life is going to get hard.
See, that's the biggest thing. It's like, how you gonna react to it? That's what I be saying. I was like, we haven't even had our worst day yet. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna handle it?
And this is one thing I do live by. You've survived 100% of your bad days.
That's big facts, because you're still here, ain't you? You know what I mean?
You survived 100% of your bad days, which is some real.
It's facts.
So just words of encouragement. Keep going. You know what I mean? Don't ever let anybody piss on your dream, because it's your dream. It's not theirs. And a lot of people are not going to see what you see. That's the biggest thing, is people started laughing at me like, I'm about to be a DJ and do what? Like, okay, cool. Noted. I know I'm not to fuck with you later down the road.
It's crazy though, because people just want something that's socially acceptable. Just for what? So I can clock 40 hours a week and maybe bring home $2,000?
Maybe.
Bro, what? And still be depressed as fuck? What you gonna do? Or you gonna make me happy?
$2,000 or $3,000 for a wedding.
Exactly. For one night. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know, you're supposed to believe in the path, because if you're looking for validation from other people, it ain't no reason to.
That's not your dream.
It's not your dream.
You know,
exactly.
God gave you a vision and a goal and a purpose. That's the biggest thing. Is I think Nip said it best. If you're not trying to find your purpose, you wasting your air.
For real.
Why would you want to be like somebody else when you really have a divine purpose for you? Like, we got to think everything in the earth has purpose. A tree was able to. What you do with your purpose is your gift back to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, this table, it was a tree.
At one point.
Somebody was given the vision, like, okay, cut this tree, shade it down, and make it into a table.
And now it's given us to make our dream come to life. You know what I mean?
You know, and sometimes blessings for other people are in you. So if you don't get what is inside of you out to help somebody else, it could be like a downfall. Like, the worst thing for me is I would hate to die and not at least attempt to fulfill my purpose in this life, because you doing that will actually help other people do theirs.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? If leading by example, you know, you're opening up a whole new window.
That, or if you're only meant to open that door for that certain person, like, that might just be your sole purpose, to get in the position to open the door for somebody else to come in.
That's true though.
We could get deep though.
Because without Lil Wayne, we wouldn't have Drake.
I mean, without Birdman, we wouldn't have Lil Wayne.
And who the fuck is Birdman?
It doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
are we done though, or are we finished?
Hey, are we done? Or are we? Hey, no cap. He said, "What's in my cup is in my cup." So, but any last words you got to the fans? You know, this is the seeing your personality, the official Chosen.
Yeah, man. Just follow me on Instagram at It's DJ Chosen. Just follow the journey. I'm about to start showing a lot more content. I don't even post half the stuff that I do, just because I hate social media. I especially hate Instagram.
But nowadays you have to post it. You
have to post
it. Nowadays you have to.
With my story, you know, and it's still being developed, and the story is still being written to this day. You know, and I'm very young in the industry I'm in. I'm young, and I think being able to do this for the long haul is going to eventually lead me to my divine purpose. And I hope I can help people be brave enough to go and chase theirs.
Word. Respect to that.
Really what I gotta say, man.
All right, well, we appreciate you for having you on
Behind the Red. I appreciate y'all having me on here.
It's been trying to get you on here for too long.
Yeah, we're here though.
Follow him on Instagram, DJ Chosen.
At It's DJ Chosen,
yes,
man.
Sir. Bless you. Thank you.